The Toronto Regional Real Estate with their February market report, and joining us to tell us more about the findings is the president of TRREB, Lisa Patel. Thanks for joining us, Lisa.
Good morning, Pooja. Great to join you today. I was looking forward to seeing George. So since George isn't here, I'm going to share these with you.
Oh,
so I hope
nice.
you like custards.
Yes. Okay. George is very jealous right now. And in the meantime, we'll talk real estate because, of course, everybody loves talking about it, especially when we look at sort of a strong start to this year when it comes to home sales. Take us through some of the reasons behind all of the demand, despite being in a pandemic.
Absolutely. I mean, number one, we have to look at that home buyers felt confident in this marketplace, including in their jobs, and they've taken advantage of record low borrowing costs as well as we need to consider. And of course, we've watched the GTA really move into selling prices that are at the double digits. But there is one thing that I do want to address that seems to keep coming up, and there's discussions. And even though the federal government has denied any changes to capital gains, I just want to make this clear that capital gains is a non-starter. And many Canadians rely on, are taxed on homeowners are taxed on so many levels. And so I just want to make this clear that, that they rely on this as part of their retirement planning, and any tax on capital gains would be a betrayal of understanding. So I just want to put that out there and let you know that should be a non-starter to begin with. But going back to our marketplace, we've seen in the last 3 months going into a new year, of course, record-breaking months. I would add to that.
Yeah, and when we're talking about condos as well, it was interesting to me that condo sales were up because that wasn't the case last year. So what changed from people being interested in condos versus semi-detached homes or townhomes?
And that's a really good question. And there's a number of factors. I mean, for number one, we already estimated that the condo market would come back. And in my opinion, we're already seeing that as we look at, we go back to December, January, February, and even right now in March, we're continuing to see condo sales take place. And even though sale price hasn't increased very much yet, but the demand has come back. Lifestyle plays a key role in for all of us, and how we live. And this, of course, the longest year of the pandemic, we've witnessed that, where people are looking at their lifestyle and, what are their options. And of course, you have to take into consideration borrowing cost. So low borrowing cost is another factor. And not only that, but, the price of real estate, right? It's a great option. And will only see that the continuation of the condo market will continue to surge.
People are always interested about price gains and where they are in the GTA. And also when it comes to the average selling price for a detached home, a semi-detached, or even a townhouse, what are we looking at?
Well, you've just touched on the most popular items, right? And that is the semi-detached and, of course, the townhouse segments. And, we were over the $1 million mark. And we did put out a report, TRREB did. And anybody that would like to check out that report, please visit TRREB.ca. That's TRREB.ca. And of course, you will see a lot of different pieces in there, like the Missing Middle Project. And it will also touch on, these types of segments and what we can do to really create housing. So the biggest challenge with all of that, including the demand and price, is the lack of supply. And I know on our end, we're going to continue to put forth efforts to the government and everybody else on lobbying about the supply issue.
Finally, let me just ask you sort of the outlook for both buyers and sellers. We know when it comes to home ownership, that's been in demand as well. What can we sort of expect in the next few months?
Absolutely. TRREB put out a report, and it stated that we expect to see a strong marketplace for 2021. So anybody that's looking to get into the real estate market, considering it, and I know that there's interest not only here at home, but even around the world, I would say, contact one of our members. Use a TRREB member realtor. They will help you guide you through that process.
Yeah, and I want to encourage everyone, as you mentioned, the website, it's TRREB, TRREB.ca. You can get more on this report, but also more if you're looking to buy or sell your home. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
You too. And I'm going to need those custard dessert from you because George is very jealous. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. We'll send them over for sure.
Thank you. It's 8 o'clock and 2 degrees. Let's head over to Gurdeep.